So I think yesterday we completed, right, even instance control flow also, and we have written few examples on that. Am I right? So do
Yes.
you have any questions, guys? I think static control flow also completed. Even instance control flow also completed. Am I right? So do we have any questions on that?
No.
All right. Yeah. So now let me let me write one small example. Okay. Having both the static control flow and instance control flow. Once it is completed, okay. So we will go with other OOPS concepts. We have two more OOPS concept, right? We will complete them. Then we completely done OOPS concept, right? So now let me write. Okay. So now class class name, let me write test. Okay. Yeah. Now I want to write both instance control flow and static control flow, guys. Okay. So now let me write static enter a is equal to 10. Okay. You guys has to tell the answer now, output. 10. Okay. And after that, what I'm writing here, let me write instance block. Okay. For instance block, here I'm calling, let me write call show method. Okay. So now this is what is system dot out dot println instance block. First instance block. Okay. So after that, what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to create static base. Okay. So now here, let me create int b is equal to 20. Fine. So this is static block. So in static block, I'm calling display method. Okay. Static block, I'm calling what, guys? Display method. Okay. So now here system dot out dot println. First static block. Okay. First static block. So now now here I'm trying to print, okay, system dot out dot println system dot out dot println of, okay, variable x. Fine. And here also I'm trying to print what, guys? System dot out dot println of variable y. Fine. So now after that, here what I'm writing, I'm writing constructor. Okay. So from constructor, I'm calling display method. Okay. Or else constructor, right? So let me call show method. Or else let me call display method. What is the problem? Right. So display method I'm calling. Right. So now here let me write system dot out dot println constructor. Okay. Constructor also completed. So what else? Okay, let me write now PSVM public static void main method. Right. String args. So here, let me write system dot out dot println main method. Main method. Okay. So then Test equals to new test. Fine. Test t is equal to new test. Okay. So main method also completed. So what else I have to write? Yeah, I have to write two methods. Yes. Public void show method. Okay. So here in this method, what I'm doing, I'm trying to print what? Okay, I'm trying to print X. And after that, I'm creating one more method. Public. Okay. Public void display method. So here I'm writing system.out.println of y. Okay. So then after what I'm doing here, I'm printing static int x is equal to 100. Fine. Next one, int y is equal to 200. Okay. Clear,
Yeah.
everyone? Understand? Okay.
Okay.
See here, class test I have written here for static variable and instance variable AB. Okay. After that, this is what, guys? Okay, instance block. This is what, guys? Static block. Okay. So now, yeah, fine. So now let me write one more instance block here. System.out.println. Just I'm writing second instance block. How many instance blocks can we create, guys, within the class? Hello.
N number of it.
Yeah. So n number of instance blocks we can create. How many static blocks we can create within the class?
N number of.
N number.
Okay. That's it, guys. Okay. So let me save this one under C, right? C.
B we are not using anywhere, sir. Variable. B variable we are not using any.
B variable we are not using.
Yes,
that's
sir.
fine. Let me save it now. Instance control flow, right? This is just a class already saved. So let me save it. Static instance block. All are small, guys. Okay, file name. Fine, guys. So now here int A and int B, right?
Yes.
So int A and int B we are using now system.out.println of x. Okay, system.out. Here show method. We are calling first instance block I created and says static block. In the static block we are calling display method and we are trying to access y. Okay. So now 1 minute. Yeah. So now Vani is saying you're not able, you're not accessing A and B. Okay, so let me use A and B then. Fine, Vani. So now
A we are using, sir. B, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fine.
okay. So now here Fine. Okay, those are fine. Yeah, tell me now. So, what is the problem here? So do you see? Tell me, do you have any issue for compilation? No, right? Tell me.
Yeah, no.
No, right? Now tell me, for execution, what is the problem by seeing this? So intentionally, I did one mistake here. Tell me that one. What is that? You understood, right? The program what I have written.
And this display also, display method, it is called inside the, can you go a little upside?
Main method.
Display method we are calling inside the. Tell me, Lavanya.
Can you go a little more upside?
Uh-huh.
Here, display is calling inside static at line number 11. And it is, if you move down, display is static or non-static. It is non-static displays at 33 line, but we are calling it inside the static block, which is
Then?
not correct.
Why it is not correct? Yeah, you are telling correct only.
Like the static fields can't be called inside the non-static fields which are there.
Yeah. Yesterday we
Those
discussed
are
it, right?
not called inside the static, right?
Yes. Yeah, static. So yesterday only we discussed it, right? Why we should not call? Because static control flow, I mean, at the time of loading only, static control flow will execute, right? So by that time, I mean, first of all, identifying static members. So what is the second point? Execution of static variable assignment and static block, right? So here at the time of static block, so instance variables means JVM will not identify any instance members. Okay, so at the time of static block execution, JVM knows only what? Static members only. JVM does not know anything about what? Instance members. Am I right or not? So when the instance member will be identified by JVM? At the time of object creation.
Object creation.
Okay. So here in the static block, display method we are calling. The display method, which type of method it is? Instance method. So how the JVM will know at the time of execution static block, the static member don't know. Understand? So we cannot access what, guys? Instance members directly from static area. Hello? Come on.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
This is the one of the issue. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, good, Lavanya. Okay. This is the one of the issue. Okay. So now what else? What are the other things? Do you see any issue here? Here from static area, what we are calling display method, right? So now earlier display method is what, guys? Instance method. So can we call instance member directly from static area? We cannot call, right? So let me. That already you guys know, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, that's why now I'm keeping what? Static. So then we can call static method from static area, right? There is no issue. Fine. This issue solved, right? And from instance area, we can call even instance members also we can call, and static members
also we can call.
Right? That also clear, right? So now still we have some issues here. Okay, let me execute now. So what is the file name, guys? We have given this one static.
Test, sir.
Right?
Where static
Instance.
Static instance.
One simple problem.
Yes, sir. We have complete Java here.
Yeah, this instance control flow we have, static control flow we have, when the object is created we have, when the constructor
coding skill is there.
So everything we have. One example is enough. Complete whoops and basic things, everything we can easily, okay, we can test. This example is enough, guys. In core Java, no need to ask anything. If you tell proper answers on this question, then we can ask the other things, exception handling and multi-threading, correction framework, something. If we will not tell anything on I mean for this exam, I mean for this application, you can easily reject. So that's what instance control flow, static control flow is very, very important. If you know, then only you can write the program. Tell me, Java C static instance flow.java, right? Java C static instance flow.java. See what it is saying?
Illegal forward.
Illegal forward reference.
Can you see now? See how many errors we have? 2 errors.
2 errors.
One is illegal forward reference at line number 7, Y, and illegal forward at line number 12. Okay, Y and X. See here. Line number 7, Y, at line number 12, X.
X.
Why these are direct reading? Because of direct reading. Understand? Okay, let me explain you. See guys here. Now, okay, so what is the first one, guys? Now here what we are asking JVM to execute this class. Okay, so Java test. Understand? So at the time of compilation only it will verify, guys. At the time of compilation only it will verify. Okay, so this one direct access and indirect access. At what time it will verify? The compile time only it will verify. Okay. Let me tell you what is the problem here. Right. So now, what is the first flow, guys? Static control flow. Right. When we ask JVM to execute this one. Okay. So now JVM will load this particular .class file into JVM memory. Right. So by that time, what will happen first? Static control flow will take place. Am I right or wrong? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now here, first of all, what is the first point, guys, in static control flow? Identifying the static members from top to bottom, right? Identifying the static members from top to bottom. So here, tell me what are the static members? This is the static member. Static int A. Understand? Static int A. A is what, guys? Variable. Okay. A is what? Variable. So by that time, okay, let me copy this one into here, guys. I will explain you here. Fine. Total program copied, right? Yeah. Let me explain you guys one more time. Okay. What is the first point, guys? Static control flow will begin, right? Static flow. Now in the static flow, what is the first point? Identifying static members from top to bottom. Right. So this is the first point. Identifying the static members from top to bottom. Right. So now here see, so here identifying the static member. See here, what is the first one?
Static int A.
Static int A. This is the first static member, right? So now int A is what? Static member. Fine. So now by that time, A is what, guys? Okay.
0.
JVM will assign 0 to variable called A. Okay. Here. Now. Or else let me draw here. Okay. Now tell me, what is the variable here?
A.
A equals
A is equal to 0, right? A is equal to 0. So now, at the time of static member identifying, JVM will assign default values to that member variable. So which state it will? Read indirect, write only
indirect, write only.
Okay, read indirect, write only state, guys. Clear? Read indirect, write only state at the time of static member identifying. Fine. So now after that, tell me what are the other guys static members here? So this
Static
is the
block.
static
Static
block.
method.
And after that, this is the one main method. This is also static member. And after that, here this method. This is also static member, static method, right? And do we have any? Yes, this is the
Static
one of the
block.
static member. And later, this is the one of the static member. So now this is what static variable. What is the variable name? X. So at the time of identifying the JVM, what is the value will be assigned by JVM? 0.
0.
0 to variable X. X is equal to 0. So that time what is? Read and direct, write
Right
only
only.
state. Right? Read and direct, write only state. Fine. So now after that what will happen? After that what will happen? Executing static variable assignment, static blocks from top to bottom. That is the second point, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So now here what? You want me to write that point also here? Second point. Executing static variable assignments and static blocks from top to bottom. This is the second point. Now tell me at the time of second point here, static variable assignment. Now A is equal to 10.
Yes.
Okay? A is equal to 10. So now here what? A will become what, guys, now? 10.
10.
A
Read
will
and
become
write
10. So when you assign, when the actual value will be assigned to that variable, so by that time the state will change, guys. Now the state will become what? Read and write state. Read and write state. Understand? Read and write state. See, if any variable which is there in read and write state, you can access. Okay, anyway, direct also we can access, indirectly also we can access. Understand? But the variable which is there in read and directly write state, so that time we cannot access directly. We can access only indirectly. Understand? So that's what the state itself it is saying, right? Read indirect. Read indirect. Okay. Read indirect. Read indirect means what? Hey boss, if you want to access me, please access indirectly. Don't access directly. Okay. Fine. So now here see, now A is equal to 10. Now read and write state. So after that, what it is next one? Static block, right? Static variable assignment and static block, right? Execution of static variable assignment and static block. No static block. Here see system.out.println of X. Who will execute the static block, guys? JVM will execute directly, right? Now, here what we are doing, we are trying to access what? Variable X. Okay. So now X is which state? X is which state here?
Read indirect write only.
Oh, sorry guys. After that we did not go. Oh my God. Sorry. Sorry guys. So first of all, what? Identifying the members, guys. Still identifying the members is not completed. A completed. And here what?
X.
1 minute. Here A completed, X completed. Where is? Okay, 1 minute. Sorry. So here, this is what? X only, right? X only, right? Fine. So now, what we are doing is execution of static block. Say here, who will execute the static block? JVM will execute.
JVM.
In the JVM, the static block, what we are doing? We are accessing directly X variable. Okay. So now X is which state now? Read and direct write.
Right only.
Read and direct write. But here we are accessing directly. Understand? We are accessing directly. Okay. Who will execute the static block? Directly JVM. Right? So within that, what we are doing first line, we are accessing X. Now JVM is accessing X. So this is X is which state now? Read and direct state. But we are accessing what directly? JVM is accessing what directly. So that's what here what? We are getting the error. Illegal What it is, guys? Illegal forward reference. Clear?
Yeah,
The
clear.
first point. The first error clear, right?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So now that is the first error. Now see the another error. What is the another error? Line number 12. Okay, that is also illegal forward reference. See, illegal forward reference where? I think this one, system.out.println of y.
System dot.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so here, now instance control flow. When the instance control flow will start?
At the time of object creation.
At the time of object creation. At the time of object creation, right? So now here, let me write the third point also. What is the third point, guys, here? After that,
Executing main method.
Executing main method.
Main method. This is what, guys, static control flow. When the static control flow will perform at the time of class loading. Okay.
Class load.
Right here also. At the time of class loading.
Class loading.
This is one-time activity or repeated activity?
One-time activity.
One-time activity,
One-time
right?
activity.
One-time activity. Static control flow, one-time activity, guys. At the time of class loading only, it will perform, right? So this is static control
Yes.
flow. Now let me write instance control flow also. After that, we will discuss points. Instance control flow. So instance control flow, one-time activity, or at what time it will begin? At the time of
Object
At the time of object creation.
It is repeated
Repeated
activity. Okay, at the time of object creation, it will execute, right? If you create multiple objects, means multiple times the activity will be will be performed. Fine. So now, what is the first point here? Identifying instance members from top to bottom, right? This is the first point. What is the second point? Executing
Execution of instance variable.
instance variable assignments and instance blocks from top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
This is the second point. Now, what is the third point?
Executing main method.
constructor.
Executing constructor. Okay. So within the class, these are the things, guys. But parent and child, there is other points. Okay. I think already we discussed it, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No. Instance flow. Fine. Okay. Now we'll see the seventh one. Why it is system.out.println of y. Here why it is throwing compile time error. Okay. So why it is throwing compile time error? Okay. So now instance control flow, identifying the instance member from top to bottom, right? Now identifying the instance members here. So at the time of identification instance member, what are these guys? This is the first instance member, right? So now int b is equal to 20. Now int b. So now b will become what is now here?
0.
B is equal to 0. Who will assign at the time of identifying instance member? JVM will assign 0.
JVM will
assign.
This is what read indirect write only state.
Right.
Okay. After that, what we have, guys? This is instance member, and this is instance member, and this is instance member. First identifying the state, right? First step is identifying the instance member. This is also an instance member, and this is also instance member, and now this one also instance member, right? Int y. Now y.
Y equals to 0.
So y is equal to what, guys? 0, right? Read indirect write only state. At the time of identifying, okay, value will not be assigned. This is what simply identifying the instance members. That's it. So while identifying, JVM will assign default values. So which state it will read indirect write only state by that time? Okay, fine. Now, after that, what guys? Executing instance variable assignments and instance blocks from top to bottom. Okay, so now int b is equal to 20. Instance variable assignment. Okay, we are starting what? Instance variable assignment. Int b is equal to 20. Here what now? B will become what guys? 20. B will become 20. Now in which state it is? Read and write state. Okay, fine. So after that, what? Instance block execution. Okay. Second point, executing instance variable assignment and instance block from top to bottom. If it is an instance variable assignment, that will execute. Okay. Or else if you have any instance block, then that will execute. Okay. So from top to bottom, that is the priority, guys. Now, here what? Next one, what? Instance block execution. Clear everyone, the second point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now see here, system.out.println of y. So who will execute this instance block, guys?
JVM.
Who will call this instance block? Come on, constructor. Who will call? Who will call constructor? When the instance block will be executed?
Object creation.
Object creation.
At the time of object creation. Okay. So at the time of object creation, instance blocks will be executed. So why the instance block? When the instance block, from where instance block we are calling? So that point also I think we discussed that time. So most of the people are saying at the time of object creation only instance block first will execute, later constructor will execute. Like that people will think, but that is not correct. And so this is the correct, like that practically also. I think that time we discussed on that, right?
Yeah.
So at the time of object creation, okay, constructor only will be called by the JVM. Okay. So now, while calling constructor, all the instance blocks will be placed under constructor. Understand? From constructor only this instance block will be executed. Okay. But instance blocks will be execution completed first, later constructor. From constructor only this instance blocks we are executing, guys. All the instance blocks of the class will be copied under where? Constructor. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Come on,
Yes, sir.
guys. So in the constructor, what is the first statement? SOAPROF. After SOAPROF, this instance blocks will be executed. Okay, fine. So now at the time of object creation only, this instance blocks only will be executed. Who will execute these instance blocks? Who will call these instance blocks? JVM.
JVM will call.
No, JVM only executing this constructor, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
JVM only calling what? Instance blocks. Okay, JVM only will call what, guys? Instance blocks. Okay, so now here what? System.out.println of y. So this is y. We are directly accessing y because JVM only executing this instance block, right? So here we are trying to access what? Y variable. Directly we are accessing. So by that time, what is the y state? Read and direct write only state. Can we access directly y now? We cannot access. Understand? So that's what here what we are getting. Illegal forward reference. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that time I think day before yesterday I explained you read and direct write only state. Why read and
Yes,
direct
sir.
write only state? So now, so that's why we are getting what, guys, here? Compile time errors. Okay. So now if I go and comment this one, right? So now see here, static block. Okay. So here we will see. Now let me comment these two, right? Let me comment here. Let me remove this. I think we cannot comment, right? Or else I think we can comment. 1 minute. This one, right? Here we are commenting. Let's say June. And this one also we are commenting. Fine? Now, see, now static flow, we will see. First of all, identifying static members from top to bottom. The first point is clear. Now execution of static variables assignment and static blocks from top to bottom, right? So now static variable assignment a is equal to 10 is completed. Now read and write state. After that, executing of static block, right? So now execution of static block started. So the first statement I commented, guys. Now what we are calling display method, we are calling display method. Where is the display method? Here is the display method. So directly we can call static method from static area, right?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So
Yes,
that's
sir.
what we are calling display method here. Fine. So here see what we are doing now. System.out.println of x. System.out.println of x. X is which state? X is which state? Read and directly write only state.
Yes.
That time read and directly write only state, right, Vignesh?
Yeah.
See, x is which state it is?
0.
Read and direct write only state. At the time of see, I mean at the time of what do you call static control flow, first identifying the static members. So while identifying the static member, x is x value 0 is assigned to x variable. Who will assign JVM? And what is the state by the time x variable? Read and direct write only state. Okay. After that, static block execution is started.
Yes.
Okay. What is the first point here? This is the first point, right? At the time of identifying the static members, the default value will be assigned to static members. So what is the state by the time? Read and write only state. Okay. After that, second point will start. What is the second point? Executing static variable assignment and static blocks from top to bottom. Now we are executing what? Static block. So at the time of static block execution, what we are calling display method. So in the display method, what we are trying to access? X. X is what, guys? Read and direct write only state.
Write only state.
Here X, are we accessing directly or indirectly?
Indirectly.
Indirectly. Why? See here, in static block, what we are putting? Display method. So
Display
we are,
method.
who is calling this display method? As a programmer, we are calling. Understand?
Yes.
So here display method, who has written? Programmer,
We have
right?
written.
Programmer has
Yes,
written.
sir.
Programmer has written this one, display method. So from static block, we are calling display method. Programmer is calling.
Yes.
JVM is not calling directly. JVM is calling what? Static block directly. JVM.
Static block.
Under static block, we are calling another method, display method. Under display method, we are trying to access what? X. So this is what, guys? Indirect reading. Okay, this is what? Indirect reading. But here this is what? Direct reading.
Yes.
This X, guys. Static block. I just commented, right? This is what? Direct accessing. We are directly accessing X because what? Who will execute the static? Directly JVM will execute. Okay. Here we are directly accessing what? X. But here we are calling display method under static block. Under display method, we are trying to access what? X. This is what, guys? Indirect access. Indirect reading. Okay.
Yes.
So indirect reading, it can support. So that, I mean, this X is which state? Read indirect, right?
Yes.
Boss, if you want, you can read me indirectly, but you can't write, you can't read directly. So that is the read indirect write only state means. So that's what, here what? We will get 0 as an output.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the same way, for instance block also. I commented this first one, right? Now, show method we are calling. Under show method, where is show method? Here. Under show method, we are trying to execute what? Y. So this is what? Indirect reading.
Yes.
Come on, guys. Huh? This is what, guys? Indirect reading. Y only. Indirect reading. So indirect reading, we can read. So the Y is in which state? Read indirect write only state, right? Read indirect write only state, right?
Yes, sir.
At the time of first point, identifying instance members. So that's what, there is no issue over there. If you access directly, there is an issue. Okay, hope you people clear on this. Please revise yesterday topic and day before yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let me execute this one. We will get some output. The output also we discussed, right?
Yes, sir.
Now Java, which class, guys? Tester.
Yes.
See, this is the output. Okay, 0, 10, first static block, second static block, main method. Okay. This is what this output belongs to, I think,
Static.
static control flow. Okay. This output belongs to what?
Instance.
Instance
control.
control.
Instance control flow. Okay. OP people clear on this case. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.